Hello, you're welcome. Let us continue with Python variables and data types. So the day 2, previous video at day 1, in that we cover the basic details. Yesterday we discussed about integer, float, complex, boolean, string. These are the basic data types. So keep watch and parallel you can also learn. I'll show you like how to do this. So you can go to YouTube, so you can see that our video, right? So let's run the video. You can run the video on full screen. Okay, let me reduce the voice. Fine, so when it's in full screen, right? So you can open the idle. Okay, so let me check where is idle. Here is idle. Not this one. Fine. So here is a Python shell. So here, by watching the video, you can continue with this. And then let me open this first. This is the video. Okay, this is a shell. Okay, this is a Python shell now. So here, whatever you see, whatever you hear, you can write it here. Okay, let's say here variable type A. So then I is equal to 10. Let's say k is equal to some value. K. Print k. So I will display the values. So therefore you can listen and you practice. So this is your shell. So you can keep the shell above the video and make video full screen. So therefore you can practice parallelly. There is one method. The other way is you please write down all the steps and later you can start Python and type and practice. So therefore practice is very important than watching. So you need to understand like how this works, what are things are there, how each one will work, and how do you do when the problems comes, how do you solve the problem. When you need to write the program, how do you do that? Therefore you need to plan your own programs and you need to practice. The more you practice, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more easy for you to handle the projects. So therefore I suggest you always parallelly you can start work with the you can start work parallelly. Fine. So in video you can keep it in so even in regular mode also the videos keep playing here. Okay, let's say a is equal to minus 23. So a is equal to minus 5. C is equal to a plus b. C value 0. So you are also getting the result parallelly. What you are watching, you are also trying. Therefore you get the results. Fine. I hope we understand this. It may take a little time in the beginning. You can adjust with this. Then parallelly you can start working. So today we will continue. So these are things we discussed yesterday. That is previous class. Integers, any number, float, decimal. So when I say float, it means that it is a decimal value. So complex is a complex number. We'll have the J. Next, boolean, true, false, and string. Okay. So and also Python naming, like how do you name the variable? So we discussed in detail in the previous class. So we know like you take any letters. So how do you name the variable? So you can use capital A to Z, small a to Z, then underscore 0 to 9. But number you can't use in the beginning. But you need to start with the letter. Let's say var 1 is equal to 10. Fine. So var 1 is equal to 10. Var is equal to 10. So all this is possible. Okay, you can also use underscore 1 is equal to 10. These are the naming convention. Assign and reassign. So we are assigning. We can reassign again. So let's say var is equal to 20. So earlier we put it 10 and now we put it as a 20. Now the present value is 20. Multiple assignment, a comma b is equal to 1 comma 2. So therefore a will get 1, b will get the 2. And swapping the variables. Let's say a comma b is equal to 1 comma 2. A 1 b 2. Now you can say a comma b is equal to b comma a. Now a it is 2, then b it is 1. That is a swapping. So we are changing. And then deleting variable. So if you don't want any variables, you can delete it. So del a, del b. Now you can say a, it gives error because the variable is deleted. But question is why you need to delete. So if your program running for the whole day and you are creating so many variables, so your memory is full with so many variables. So you want to clear them. So therefore you have to clear them, you need to delete it. But if you close the program, so your variables will be disappears, no problem. But if you are not closing the program, you are working for a very long time, then you need to delete the variable, otherwise it's okay. Fine. So we'll move on. So today we'll focus on lists, tuples, sets and dictionary. Let us understand what is this. And they are the collection of arrays. So therefore instead of one value, we can have multiple value. We can store the multiple value in these types actually. They are the list, tuples, sets, dictionary. So how they differ from each other. So you can see that this is a list. In case of list, this is a list variable that is equal to, use a square bracket. We'll use the square bracket. We can have both numbers as well as the characters, string, objects. We can store all these things into list actually. Same way when a tuples will have the curved bracket. You can see that there is a bracket here. So here square bracket, it is a curved bracket, and you can see the values almost same. So even we can store the same such set of values in the tuples also. But the main difference here is a square bracket and this is a curved bracket. But here the values once you store, you can't modify them. We can't add to them. But whereas in case of here, you can modify the values. We'll see in detail in later stages. And next one is the sets. So you already know in mathematics sets. So same type of concept here also. So here is a set. Set will have the curly braces or curly bracket. So values, again we are passing the same set of values to the sets variable. Here the values may be vary, but at this moment we are using these values. And in case of set variable, you can't have the duplicate values. Whereas here you can have a duplicate value, here you can have a duplicate value. But here you can't have the duplicate value. Even you enter the duplicate value, so it will not take the values. I'll show you the demo later. Next one is a dictionary. In case of dictionary, it's almost like a set variable. You can see that there is a curly braces. But here it will have a key pair. So key pair means there is a key name and the corresponding value. So here is a is a name and 1 is a value. Here is a B is the name and corresponding B is the data or value. C is the name, Raj is the value or data. So that is what the difference actually. So therefore 4 collection type. One is a list var or list, tuples, sets, dictionary. So you have to understand the basics of it. So all the 4 of the type collections, that means you can have multiple values. We can store the multiple values there. So but they are little different from each other. So first step is to how to declare. So declaring with a square bracket in case of list, bracket in case of tuples, curly brackets in case of sets. So then in case of dictionary, it will have a key name and the key value. That is a major difference. Now let us start with a list. A list is ordered and changeable. So that is in order and we can change the values. We can add duplicate values as well. We can put the duplicate values. When I say tuples, tuple is a collection which is unchangeable or immutable. So therefore whatever the beginning is there, it will be maintained. Its order and values can be accessed using the index values. You can use the index values a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3. Tuple can have duplicate values as well. Set, a set is a collection of which is unordered. So it's not in the order actually. It does not have any index as well. So here we don't have the index. So only values will be there. We can refer the values and we can get the values. Based on values you can find their index also. Dictionary, a dictionary will have a key value pair. It is a key value pair. So where we have a key name and key corresponding value. A dictionary is unordered and again changeable. Unordered and changeable. So both are unordered, whereas these two are the ordered. Fine. So what is the meaning of it? So here you can see that it is a list variable. Let us create this list variable. Copy this and I'll paste it over there here and enter one list variable created. So in this there are 6 items are there. Now if you press list var, so it is printed. Fine. So you can same list var you can add, you can reassign. We can make the duplicate values. So now we can use a list var. You can see that there is a duplicate values A, B, C, again A, B, C. So it takes the duplicate. So in case of tuples, so tuples again we can declare the tuples. So tup var is equal to 1, 2, 3 ABC. So that is what assigned. Now we can print tup var. So that is 1, 2, 3 ABC. Sometimes you need a time to practice it. You pause the video and type and practice. Then once it's over, you can again continue with the video. Now let's reassign the values. So now here is 1, 2, 3 ABC. Again ABC is repeated. So it takes the duplicate values in case of the tuples. Both are ordered. Now we'll take to the set variable. So you can see that set variable. Now we can say set var. The values are printing here. So again now I'll take the next set variable. So we'll reassign the values. So let's put some duplicate value. Now let us see what happened to that. So you can see that ABC duplicated, but here it not duplicated. So it only take the unique values. In case of set, it only take the unique values. Dictionary. So here is a dictionary. So I just want to create the dictionary. So main dictionary concept is it will have a key pair. So that is a key name. So there is a name and the corresponding value. So this is the name and this is the corresponding value. So there is a logic there in the dictionary. So now we say dictionary variable. So dic var. So it's printing the values. Now we'll go in detail. So let us learn about list, how to work with a list, what are the options are provided. So let's create the list. So 6 items are there now, or you can call it as object. So now list var, a list is created. Now you can use the print to list the variables. So list the values. Print list var. Okay, no need of this. So it's printing the values. Now we can access the object their index number. You can use their index number, we can access it because it's an order list. So they have an index number. Using the index number we can access the objects. So here you can say that so print list var of 0. So indicating that here is a square bracket indicate index of 0. So index of 0 is the first value. Right? So therefore array index always starts with 0, 0 indicating the first value. So therefore it's showing the 1. Now we can say that 1. So the value is 2. Now you can say 5. So that is a C. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what happens if you give 6? You show me error because that particular index is not present. Because of that it gives an error. Next step is, so anyhow if you say list var, it print all the values. Using the index you want to print only first 2 values. So 2 indicates only 2 values from 0 index to 2. That means 0 and 1. So you should print only 0 and 1. Now you can see that 0 and 1, 1, 2 because these 2 values. If we say 0 colon 3, so 3 values. So 3 values. Now instead of 0 you can start from 3 then 2 values. So here 3 2, it's not a valid index, so here is a 3 5, so it should print the 3 and 4, so A B. So this is 3, this is 4. So next you want to print the rest of the values after 3. So you don't need to specify anything, 3 slash colon, so I'll print the rest of the values, all the values after that. Therefore you can use index numbers to print the values. So now you can say 0 to 25. So here is not giving any error, you only give upper number as a which is not there, but still whatever is available will print up to that. So if you give bigger number also, there will not be any error, no error on the upper limit. So next is to assign the values. Fine. So now you can see that totally 0, 1, 2, 3, 5 up to index 5. Now what you can do is, let's say index 6 is equal to D. Index number 6 is equal to D. So it's showing error actually, index number 6 is not present. Okay, let's try for 5. So it's changed, list var. So when existing index is present, we can assign, we can modify the value. So instead of C, now it becomes D. But if you want to add, then you have to say list append. You can say list append. So when you say append, you'll put the value at the end. Put the value at the end. So therefore, we can say list var dot append E. So now I can say list var. So E is placed at the end. So you can also use list var dot insert. So insert method. So at 6 we want to put as a, okay, let's say 7, it's a F. Right, now list var. So at the 7th position it put the F actually. We are going to insert the values. So the same way list var insert 10 comma G. So at index number 10 G is placed. Now you can say list var, so G is there. So you can specify the index number and you can pass the value, or you can use the append. Append will always go to the last and it will put the value there. Then there is option called as a remove. So remove any object. So let's say list var dot remove. So I want to remove A. Now you can say list var. So A is removed. Whatever A is there, that is removed. Next we want to insert it. So list var dot insert. I'll use 4, then A, single quote, 4 comma A. Okay, some beginning and error. So now it's inserted. So list var. So A is at the 4th location. Fine. So that's why you can insert the values. We can insert at 16. I shown already. We can insert at 16. We can remove the values. Next is a list var dot count. So we can count the objects. How many are there? Okay. So list var count it won't work, but you can use a len function with that list var. So totally 9 objects are there. Not list var dot count. This is error. So this won't work. whereas you can use the len of list var to get the values. Okay, so we'll continue. So these are the things we can do with the list actually. So let's go to the tuples. So we have a tuple here. So tuple var. So it's created. Fine. So now we can say print var. So tuple var. Print var. So I'll print the values. What are the values there in the this one? So again you can print from the range. Okay. So from which value to which value. So 0. So it's an order list. So it's the index of 0, then index of 1. So you can read based on the index. So again you can read the range, okay, 0 to 2. So there is 1 comma 2. We can also find the index based on the object or value. Now you want to find out what is the index of A. You want to find the index of A. Here you can find out this is 0, 1, 2, 3. You should give me 3. So therefore let me execute. So there is print top var index of A. So A is this one, okay. So now what is the value? 3. So the index of A is 3. So if you give print top var 3, so we will print the corresponding value again. So index of 3 will give the value A. So first we give the value and find the index. Again you give the index and then find the value. So both are possible. Next, one more advantage here is we can count how many are there like. So now 1, 1, 1. How many ones are present in this set? How many A's are present in the set? That we can calculate. So to count this, so you can use the count function. Top var count 1. So 1 3 times is present. So now you can top count A. You want to find out how many times A are present. So you want to try for B. Probably. Okay, it shows 0. Therefore there is no B present here. So only A 3 times and then 1 3 times. Friends, so these are things with the tuples. Now we'll move to the sets. So you can say set variable. So this is curly bracket or what you call the flower bracket. Now, so again you want to see all the values, you can say set var. So it will show all the values. And say set var dot count 1. So here it won't work because it's not an order list. So and this one you don't have the attribute called as a count here. So therefore some methods not works with the some types. Fine. So now let's see like how to add the values here. So for that set var dot add d. You want to add the value to the set, then you have to use add function to add that one. So now you can say set var. So d is added here. Again you add d, then you can say set var. So d is not in twice, only once is there because here duplicate values will not be created. Because it's a set, so even though you add no errors, but only once d is present. So we can add the more values. Okay, so I'll add one first. Okay, let me check what has happened. Right. So he is already present. You can write F here. So then set var. So now you can have E, B, C, D, F. Okay. So then you can also update actually. So update means you want to put more values. So then we can put the more values to the set. So here we want to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that should be there in the square bracket. Now what happened, because 1 to 3 is already there, it won't print 1 to 3. It won't add 1 to 3 because it's already present. 4, 5, 6 is not there. It will add 4, 5, 6 to the set variable. And it's only bracket. If you try, it's an error. So for the set value should be there in the square bracket. So let's create some more set. So this is my set 1 is 10, 20, 30. Create one more set with another other set of values. My set 1 is 10, 20, 30. My set 2 is 10, 30, 50. Okay, here are the 3 values, here are the 3 values. But 10 is repeating, 30 is repeating. In this 20 is different and 50 is different here. Now here is a subset. Okay, so subset M1 is subset of M2. So M1 is this, is subset of M2. So now what is the result you will get? False. It's not a subset of it. Subset means, so all the values must be there in the my set 2. But that is not there here. Now what we will do is we will create a one more set, my set 3. So now it will have 5 values. This is a my set 3 actually. Okay, 3, 5 values. Now again we will execute this one with the set name changed. So earlier is my set 2, now is a my set 3. Now let's see that it's true, because my set 1, this is my set 1, is a subset of my set 3. This is a my set 3. So all the 3 values present here, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. So all are present here also. So therefore it is a subset. It is a subset of this main set. That is a my set 3 is a main and my set 1 is a subset under this statement. So try for the different values. This is also called the union. So union means you have to join both. And what are the common values? So it should bring it out from the both the sets. So M1 set and M2 set. M1 set 1 union M set 2. Therefore duplicate values will not be printed. So what is duplicate? So 10 duplicate, 30 duplicate. So 10, 30. So only once, and then there's 20 from that and 50 from the second set. Join together, it will print all the values. So we can say M1 with the union of M3. So now all the values here, so it will be printed. So this is about sets. So please practice all these things. Try to understand the concept. Basic idea is that these are the collection arrays. These are the collection of values we can pass to the particular corresponding type. So in case of dictionary, the main thing is it's have a key name and the corresponding value. Key name and the corresponding value. Otherwise it almost acts like a set only. So it's a dictionary variable. So then you can pass the values to the dictionary variable. Then it's a dict_var. So what are the values are there? It will print. So here index, we can't reference the index, that will use an error. So you have to take the name. So name of the key. So therefore based on the key we can read the corresponding value. So dict_var of A. So this is the key A or B or C you can use. When you use the key, the corresponding value will be displayed. Now you can see that C, Raj, okay, corresponding value will display. So we can add the values. We can add the value, we can update it. There is nothing but update. So you can say dict_var D is equal to Python. Now you can say dictionary variable. So D is added here. D is added to the existing values. We can also modify it. Let's say learn Python. So instead of just this thing, you can say learn Python. So this D only. What happened? Whatever the D earlier is there, that is to be modified now. So this is a dictionary variable. So it becomes a learn Python. Earlier is just a Python because we are updated with a Python. Later we modified with the learn Python. Therefore now the value is learn Python. Now you can say print D. So this is a learn Python. So there is one more method called the pop to remove that. Okay. So now in order to remove the D, so now check out the decvar. So that D pair is removed. The values of D pair is removed. So we can add, we can remove, and we can do a lot of things. So this was the beginning. So as the days goes, we learn more and more. So you have to practice everything, and you need to understand well. Then you can keep on learn. Then you can master into in a Python. Fine. Hope you got some idea from this lesson. Whatever you feel, you write it in a comment box. Let me know. Thank you very much.